A very good evening, guys. Today we take, as I mentioned last time, today we are taking the new chapter, that is depreciation. Next chapter, depreciation, a very important chapter. Earlier, before 6 years, this was an old F.Y.J.C का chapter. Last year F.Y.J.C portion change हुआ, उसके 5 years back the portion had changed, and that time after say around 35-40 years they shifted depreciation from F.Y.J.C to F.Y.J.C. This is a very old chapter. Your whatever syllabus you have in F.Y.J.C, S.Y.J.C are pure basic concepts of accountancy. So even after for 50 years these chapters are going to be there because that is the base of accounts. Okay? So today we start with the next chapter, the new chapter, that is depreciation. Now first, what is depreciation? If you all recollect, while doing the first and the second chapter, याद है classification किया था into personal, real, nominal. That time the word depreciation had come. Depreciation account भी था, and if you all recollect, we had classified it as a nominal account. Why nominal account for depreciation? Because depreciation is an expense. Now understand, I am going very slow. Today का session is going to go in 2 videos. एक video में नहीं होगा. First, you have to understand what is depreciation. See, we know that when you do business, you have to incur certain expenses. Without incurring expenses, you cannot do business. Staff चाहिए, every month you have to pay salary. You are using a factory or office, every month electricity use होता है, you have to pay electricity का bill. In your office, either you are having a landline or you are having a mobile phone. Sorry, every month you have to pay your telephone charges. If it is a rented premises, you are doing a business from somebody else's premises, every month you have to pay rent. Okay, so every month you have to pay salary, you have to pay rent, you have to pay telephone bill, you have to pay electricity. Correct? Now, can you think like that? Every month I have to purchase an AC. Every month I have to purchase a machinery. No. Air conditioner, machinery, furniture, ये classes के लिए whiteboard, all this you don't have to purchase every month. Once you make it, once you buy it, you will use it for few years till the time it is usable, and after few years when you feel now this is not worth using it, then you will buy a new one. So that is called as asset. Air conditioner, we know it's a tangible asset. Doors, furniture, whiteboard, tangible asset. Tube lights, electrical fitting, chairs in which students sit, the benches, all these are fixed assets. Now depreciation is nothing but the cost of using this fixed asset. Simple way, I'll give an example. I've given you the same example of this AC. Say, for example, you are installing an air conditioner in your office, or say you are installing a machinery in your office. जिसका cost है 50,000 rupees. Today you will buy a new AC or new machine. You are going to use it for few years. Say for example, you use it for 5 years. Now what happened? 50,000, 50,000 का you spent, खर्चा किया, and you are going to use it for a period of 5 years. So what will happen? 50,000 divided by 5 years. Per year, how much it comes to? 10,000. So that 10,000 is the per year cost of using that air conditioner or machinery. That is depreciation. So depreciation is nothing but it is cost of using an asset over a number of years. Till the time you use the asset, you will keep on providing depreciation. See, because today if I buy machine, I'm not going to buy it every year, na? So जब तक मैं use करूँगा, that will give me an expenditure till the time I keep on using it. And it is good for me. एक बार purchase किया, मुझे घड़ी purchase करने का जरूरत नहीं है. So once I buy a good quality का asset, it will run for more number of years. And if the asset runs for more number of years, my cost gets divided over more number of years. So my cost also reduces. कैसे? 50,000 का asset if I use for 5 years, 50,000 divided by 5 कितना हो गया? 10,000. So 10,000 is the cost of using an asset. But the same asset if I use for 10 years, so 50,000 divided by 10 कितना हो गया? 5,000. So what happens? The more I use the asset, the lesser the cost of using the asset. So depreciation is nothing but it is a reduction in the value of asset due to wear and tear. I am telling you the official definition. Depreciation is a reduction in the value of asset due to wear and tear. Wear and tear means what? जैसे जैसे यूज करोगे उसका वैल्यू कम होते जाएगा. As and when you keep on using the asset, the value will keep on reducing. So you go to the market, buy a new mobile phone. 20,000 का you get a new mobile phone, use it for 6 months. बेचने जाओ तुमको कोई 10,000 भी नहीं देगा. Why? Because you used it for 6 months. एक बार मैंने asset use कर लिया, फिर उसका condition कितना भी अच्छा होगा, you are not going to get the value what you want. So it is a reduction. It reduces the value of asset as and when you keep on using it due to wear and tear. Because जैसे जैसे मैं use करूँगा उसका value कम होते जाएगा. Same example for laptop, computer. Buy a new laptop, 50,000 का laptop लो, 6 महीना use करो, उसका तुमको कोई 20,000 भी नहीं देगा. Why? Because you have used it. Once you start using the asset, the value keeps on reducing. So depreciation is an expense. It is the cost of reducing the value of asset due to factors such as wear and tear. And एक चीज याद रखना, very important for objective. I'll give you the full PDF with objectives. Depreciation is always provided only on fixed assets. Depreciation is provided on fixed assets. What are fixed assets? Those assets which are used for a longer period. It can be tangible, intangible. याद है starting का assets classified into 3 categories. I'd ask you in the test also. Fixed assets, current assets, and fictitious assets. Current asset and fictitious assets पे depreciation provide नहीं होता है. It is provided only on fixed assets. Building, plant, machinery, computer, laptop, copyright, trademark, all these assets के ऊपर you provide depreciation. Okay? So depreciation is nothing but it is a cost of using the fixed asset. As and when you keep on using the fixed asset, you will keep on providing depreciation. How to provide? That we'll see after 15-20 minutes. Clear? Now listen. And if you will recollect, even while doing this, याद है अकाउंटिंग कॉन्सेप्ट किया था. अकाउंटिंग कॉन्सेप्ट, उसमें देयर वाज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कंसिस्टेंसी. आई हैड गिवन यू फर्स्ट एग्जांपल. इफ एवरी डे यू गो इन कॉलेज बाय ऑटो, यू आर कंसिस्टेंट. इफ एवरी डे यू गो बाय कैब, यू आर कंसिस्टेंट. देन आई हैड गिवन यू स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड, WDV मेथड. याद है? आई हैड गिवन यू द डेप्रिसिएशन का एग्जांपल. स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड में द अमाउंट ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन कीप्स रिमेन्स फिक्स्ड. And reducing balance में the amount of debris keeps on changing. I mentioned that time. Towards the end of the year, we will do a chapter called as depreciation. That time we will study in detail. So now that time has come, we are doing depreciation. So that same example now we will discuss in a very advanced manner. Okay? So summary: depreciation is an expense. It is the cost of using fixed asset. It is always provided on fixed asset only, and as and when you keep on using the asset, the value of the asset keeps on reducing, nothing but because of depreciation. Okay? Now what you are supposed to do in this is, in every sum you have to prepare ledger accounts, and there are few cases towards the end where you will have to pass journal entries. But I am having serious doubts for this year, because normally in F.Y.J.C 95% of the colleges for this chapter, they don't do journal entries. And this year I doubt they will do journal entries, but we will see, because This chapter is going to take at least around 10 lectures from here. Towards the end, we will see if required, I will do journal with you all. Nothing, it's the same thing. Ledger account में से journal बनाना है. That we will see towards the end. But as of now, we have to prepare ledger account in each and every sum. There will be two ledger accounts. One is the asset account and the other is depreciation account. Asset and depreciation. Depreciation account तो fix ही होगा unless and until the question doesn't tell you to prepare. An asset depends. If you buy machine, जैसे first sum what I have kept on the group, first sum is machinery, so you have to prepare machinery account or depre. If the asset is building, you have to prepare building account. So you have to prepare asset account and depreciation account in all the sums unless and until the question tells you just to prepare asset. Okay, now see, before we start into the sum, there are two methods of providing depreciation. There are two methods of providing depreciation. There is a third method towards the end, but that also I am 99% sure your college is going to skip, let it be any college. So that again in the end, if required, I'll do, or we will skip it, because 99% I'm sure the colleges won't do this year. But the two main methods. First, method number one, which I had discussed with you all while doing accounting concepts. Now, method one, there are three different names. Method one, there are three different names. You can write it down. The first name is, which I mentioned in the first sum also, straight line method. The first name is straight line method slash second name, it is also called as fixed installment method. It is also called as fixed installment method. And the last, third, it is called as original cost method. Okay. Straight line method, fixed installment method, and it is also called as original cost method. These are the three different names of the first method. Remember, accounting entries, when you put it in the ledger account, the debit credit account will remain same whether it is first method or second method, but the amount will change because amount of depreciation in the first method will be calculated in a different way and in the second method it will be in a different way. So you have to remember the names because second method also has three different names. They will also ask you an objective. Straight line method is also called as, option में दिया रहेगा, it is also called as original method or it is also called as fixed installment method. So remember the names, three names for the first method: fixed installment method, straight line method, original cost. Now, what is there in the first method and why two methods and what is the difference between the two methods? To start off with, I'll just give you a basic end which I had already discussed while doing accounting concepts. In the first method, as the name says, straight, fixed, original cost. That means the amount of debris will be provided on the original cost and whatever is the amount of depreciation, it will remain fixed till the time you don't sell the asset. Starting में give you the example, 50,000 में machinery या AC खरीदा, you use it for 5 years. 50,000 divided by 5. Every year का debris कितना हो गया? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That is my first method. So first method में the amount of depreciation remains fixed every year till the time you don't sell the asset. And in the second method, the amount of depreciation keeps on reducing every year. अगर first year का amount of debris is 10, second year में it will become 9, third year में it will become 8. As and when you keep on using the asset, the amount of depreciation also keeps on reducing. Okay? Clear with this? Now listen. I have given you all the first two questions. As I told you, I am just solving the first question right now. Okay, let's read the question. I'll tell you how to prepare the format. I'll solve this full sum on the board. We will see how to go about, and then when I start the sum, the solution part, solving part, I might take it in the second video, or we will see how it goes about. Now see, just read the question what I have given. ABC and company has purchased a machinery, correct? Now there are three purchases. First is 1st April 18, 1 lakh rupees. Then another machine is purchased on 1st October 19 for 80,000. Then there's another machine purchased on 1st April 2020 for 50,000. So total there are three machines, and they have told you the rate of depreciation is 10%, and the method is what? Straight line method. That means first method. Now what has been mentioned in the question, last line kya bola, highlighted part? Prepare machinery account and depreciation account. How many years ke liye bola? 4 years. Now in the exam, if you get a question, they will not ask you for more than 3 years. They will not ask you for more than 3 years, maximum 3 years. But the main thing which comes in depreciation ka sums is sale of asset. Now if you see in this sum, I have not kept sale. Purposely I have not kept the sale ka part because I want you all to be thorough with this first sum, because till the time you are not thorough with this, you will not understand the sale ka part. So in the initial sum, I have avoided sale. Without sale, they will not be asking you any question. What I am doing right now, ऐसा question exam में नहीं आएगा, but it will come along with sale. But in this sum, I have not put sale. So that we will see in the second class. But here I have avoided sale ka part. Okay? Now, two accounts, machinery and depreciation. Accounts you have to prepare in the form of ledger. Okay? Left side, you all take, give the heading. In the books of, who is the businessman जिसका account बना रहे? ABC and company. And first account is what? Machinery account. Okay? Now, same how we do your ledger. How we prepare normal ledger ना? वैसा ledger बनाओ. Date, particulars, JF, amount. Same way how we prepare ledger, वैसे you prepare date, particulars, JF, amount. आगे जाके when we do sale, there will be working notes also. यहाँ पे working note नहीं है, but in brackets we will show the calculation wherever required. Machinery account, उसको ले लो पूरा पेज, at least 3/4 of the page will go. You can take the full page because depreciation is going to go on the next side. Next side पे you will prepare depreciation account. The length of depreciation account will be a bit smaller than your machinery account. आधा पेज का depreciation account. Machinery you will need 3/4 of the page, 75% of the page, and depreciation, half the page. And depreciation, half the page. Okay guys, see, machinery account 3/4 75% of the page पूरा ले लोगे तो भी चलेगा because it's going to go waste. And next page पे half page का depreciation. Heading same of ledger, date particulars JF amount, date particulars JF amount. Okay guys, so the first page पे 3/4 page or 75% of the page machinery account and second page पे depreciation. ये account तो fix होगा depreciation. This depends. If you are buying machinery, it will be machinery account. If it is building, building account. Computer है तो computer account. Laptop है तो laptop. ठीक है? Now, before I start solving the sum, understand a few things. Machinery. बोलो classification क्या है? Personal, real, nominal. Machinery is an asset, real account. Depreciation, cost, expense, nominal. They can ask you this: machinery, real account, or they'll tell you asset. All assets are real account, and depreciation, nominal account. Now listen very carefully. After you prepare the format and you start solving the sum, there are three important things you should keep in mind while solving each and every sum of depreciation. Three important things to be kept in mind while solving each and every sum of depreciation. First, which method? It's understood. Today we have started, so we are in the first method. Question में देखो I mentioned provide depreciation at straight line method. So first thing is for this sum, first method, that is straight line. Second, the rate of depreciation. How much is given rate percentage? 10%. So 10% depre. And the third thing is year ending. Year ending matlab when does your year end? If you recollect, starting of the year, the very first day I had mentioned, in India we follow financial year. They can give you anything. Year starting from Jan ending to December, October to September, July to June. But as far as your syllabus is concerned, each and every sum of depreciation, it will be financial year. Financial year matlab year starting on 1st April and ending on 31st March. देखो I have given there. So it is financial year. So my last day of the year will be 31st March. और ध्यान रखना, if my last day of the year is 31st March, that means my first day of the year is 1st April. So year will start from 1st April and end on 31st March. Now keep in mind, if it starts on 1st April 18, याद रखना ये 1st April के पहले 31st March आता है. So if it starts on 1st April 18, it will end on 31st March 19. If it starts on 1st April 19, it ends on 31st March 20. If it starts on 1st April 20, it will end on 31st March 21. Because 1st April 20 के एक दिन पहले ही 31st March 20 आता है. So April 20 will end on March 21. April 19 will end on March 20. April 18 will end on 31st March 19. Okay? Now see. Machinery is an asset. When we buy asset, what do we do? While passing journal entries, purchase machinery. Machinery comes in. So we debit machinery and we make the payment, money goes out. So if it is cash payment, we write to cash. If it is check payment, we write to bank. ठीक है? Same thing you have to do here also. अभी यहाँ पे ध्यान से देखो. When I buy asset, I will debit machinery. When I provide depreciation, what is depreciation? Reduction in the value of asset. What I told you while doing rectification, undercast, overcast. Asset को बढ़ाना है तो debit, reduce तो credit. Machinery is an asset. So when I buy, I will debit. When I reduce, when I provide debris, I will credit. Depreciation is an expense. debit the losses and expenses. Depreciation account will always be debited. There will be something in the credit side that I'll tell you when we start the sum. Got it? So machinery is an asset, real account. When I buy, I will debit, and when I provide depreciation, I will reduce it. Depreciation is an expense, I will debit. Okay guys, ठीक है? Now I'm starting. एक वीडियो में ये नहीं होगा, so थोड़ा सा I'll do in this video, and in the next video I'll continue the remaining sum. ठीक है? Let's start now. First, when did you buy the first asset? 1st April 18. If I buy the asset, what entry I pass? Machinery to cash or machinery to bank? This is machinery account, correct? I am buying machinery. Machinery comes in. So what you do? Come to the debit side of machinery. Write there date के column में 1st April 18. Now listen. In this chapter you have to do, if nothing is mentioned, we write cash. If they say check, we write bank. Now from here onwards, for this chapter and even in F.Y.J.C, whenever you receive and pay money, if it is not mentioned cash or check, what we do, we write like that: to cash stroke bank. That means if it is cash, cash account; if it is check, bank account; and if nothing is given, to cash bank. Even if you write only to cash or to bank, they shouldn't be giving you wrong, but this is the way it is to be done. You see, since your F.Y.J.C is a college exam, you will do what your college says. Even in government book and all, they have given cash bank only. Okay? Now, what is the cost? 1 lakh. So machinery में to cash bank account 1 lakh. Got it? Now listen. Are we preparing cash bank? No. In case we were preparing cash bank, इसका second effect would have gone on the credit side of cash bank. In case we were preparing cash bank, इसका second effect would have gone on the credit side of cash bank. But we are not preparing. Now listen very carefully. I bought this asset. I will provide depreciation every year till the time I am using the asset. Today I am purchasing on 1st April 18. I will keep on providing depreciation till the time I am using the asset. Depreciation will be provided every year. Now listen very carefully. What I told you, my year starts on 1st April. So see here, if my year starts on 1st April 18, it will end when? 31st March 19. If my year starts on 1st April 18, it will end on 31st March 19. Now before I provide depreciation, just see, have you purchased any other asset in this period? Because if I have purchased one more asset, then I have to provide depreciation together. मेरा second purchase कभी है? Question में देखो. When is the second purchase? 1st October 19. My first year ends when? 31st March. So can I say October goes in the second year? So my purchase for the first year is only one machine. Got it? Second machine is purchased in October 2019, which is my second year. So now in the first year only one purchase. Now what you will do, I cannot go, you all know ledgerment here, you close the account, take the balance to the next year. I cannot go to the second year without closing the first year. I cannot go to the second year without closing the first year. So what you have to do? I have to provide depreciation. Depreciation, when you will provide? Unless and until you are selling the asset in between, depre will always be provided on the last day of the year. Depreciation का भी use shortcut depre. College में तुम लोग depre बोलोगे. It's commonly called as depre. depreciation will be provided on the last day of the year unless and until you are selling the asset in between. Unless and until you are selling the asset in between. So what you will do now? 1st April 18, my year ends on 31st March 19. When I bought the asset, I purchased it, I debited. Now I will provide depre, and when I provide depreciation, asset reduces. So when I bought, I debited. Now I have to reduce. So what I do? I will credit. So come to the credit side. It will be provided on the last day of the year, 31st March 19. What are you doing? Providing depreciation. So write there. By depreciation account. Okay? Now listen. Tell me, first year, you use the asset for how many months? I purchased on the first day of the year. That means, can I say I have used it for the full year? What is my rate of depreciation? 10%. 1 lakh ka pura 10% gives you 10,000. Those who want, you all can put it in brackets. How you got? 1 lakh into 10 upon 100. Why full 10 upon 100? Because it is used for the entire year. So my machinery is used for the entire year. So 1 lakh into 10 upon 100, that is 10,000. Got it now? If I use it for full year, full 10%. I purchased on 1st April 18 and my last day of the year is 31st March 19. Now listen. I wrote here 2 cash bank. We were not preparing cash bank. What you have written here? By depreciation. Are we preparing depreciation account? Yes. So machinery mein aaya by depreciation. So now this will go on the debit side of depreciation, where you will write from where it is coming. It is coming from machinery. You have provided depreciation on machinery. So to machinery account 10,000. Getting it? So machine में by depreciation and depreciation में to machinery. By depre, तो इसका corresponding effect has to go there. Clear with this? Now listen. This is what you have recorded. This is what you have recorded. Now I will close the account. There is nothing else. First year is over. You cannot go to the second year without closing. Now what you will do? Listen. Machinery is an asset. It will have a balance. So what you do? Dekho, balance karo. Debit side 1 lakh. Credit side how much? 10,000. Leave 1 or 2 lines. Take the total. Can I say 1 lakh? 1 lakh? 1 lakh minus 10,000. Can I say 90,000? Now see, 31st March 19 is my last day. What we used to do in ledger account? Against this, what you will do? By balance carried down and come to the debit side. 1st April 19 to balance brought down 90,000. 31st March 1990 and next line 1st April 19 to balance brought down 90,000. Clear? So now see, we have properly closed the first year and carried forward the balance to the next year. Clear? Now, why there's a balance? Because machinery is an asset. Now, all of you all pay attention when we come to depreciation. What is depreciation? It is an expense. Now, the last chapter of your F.Y.J.C syllabus, that will be the last chapter of F.Y.J.C and the first chapter of S.Y.J.C when you go next year in 12th, final accounts. Now when we do final accounts, we prepare something called as P&L. P&L matlab profit and loss account. In profit and loss account, whatever expenses and income you have earned or incurred during the year, everything gets transferred to P&L. All expenses of the entire year and all income of the entire year are transferred to P&L. Depreciation is an expense. So whatever amount you have debited, come to the credit side, same day you will transfer it to P&L. Don't write P&L, use the full form by profit and loss account, that is 10,000. Okay? By profit and loss account, that is 10,000. So now if you see, dono side pe 10 hai, so there is no balance. So just write the total and leave it. That is the reason depreciation ka length is a bit less than your machinery account. Got it? So see, I'll repeat. What we did for the first year, we recorded the purchase, we provided depreciation, we gave the second effect of depre on the debit side of depreciation, we closed the asset account, asset ka balance we took it in the next year, and depreciation transferred to P&L. Now we have completed the first year, which started on 1st April 18. Now we go to the second year, which will start on 1st April 19. Remember, the question has told us to prepare for 4 years. We have just done for the first year. Asset ka balance will go in the next year, whereas depreciation will tally. It will not have any balance because the balance of depreciation is transferred to P&L. Okay guys, now I am just stopping this video. The remaining sum I'll take it in the next video because एक video में होगा नहीं, ठीक है?